Hello friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBO Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is part of the playlist called SQL Mistakes to Avoid, and here we'll be learning how to avoid confusion on whether to use the in operator or the equality operator, the equal sign. Okay, so those two. Let's just take a look at the same table we have been using in our video so far. Okay, select asterisk from employees table. Okay, so we have a couple of records in here. And if we wanted to just add a work condition there, we could do that. And just to target or narrow down the search to one record, hopefully, meaning you are sure that this work condition is unique enough, also assuming that it will find a record in the table matching this work condition. So select asterisk from employees where surname equals Tan. Okay, that's the family name. Let's execute this. So that is fine. It returns one record, which is as I expected. And what if I wanted to modify my where condition so that it picks up or fetches two records of two employees? Okay, so maybe, okay, so instead of that, maybe you remember your SQL, but you're still pretty much new, but that's okay. So you would say, I do remember that if I will, my work condition involves multiple values, then I would use a comma separated list of values. Then you did this, where surname equals Stan, and then comma separator. Of course, this is the string value, so enclosed it. You enclosed it in a pair of single quotes, and then remembering that you need to put those values in some kind of list, so you enclose them in a pair of parentheses, and then separated the values with a comma. Looks good, isn't it? So, but however, once you see this pink line here, like I don't know what to call this. It gives you the clue that there's something wrong with the syntax already. Okay, anyway, I'll just go ahead and execute this one. And you will see there's an error indeed. It says the operator must be followed by any or all. So something must be off here. So originally you had a condition which was straightforward, having only one value, and that was fine. But when you introduced multiple values, then that's where the errors happen. Firstly, we must, let's have a good look at this condition over here. I'll isolate this. And if you look at this condition over here, we must appreciate that this is an equation, okay? This is an equation. Why? Because there's an equal sign in the middle. There's an equality operator there. And it works very much like a mathematical equation, actually. If we remember our mathematics, we would go to the basics and understand the significance of the equality operator. Uh, I would just put them in here, okay? So for your understanding. Number one, I would say the value on the left side of the equality operator, which is this side, must be equal to the value on the right side of the equality operator. Okay, that's mathematics. Because this is an equation, we must understand and appreciate and assume that the value evaluated, once you evaluate this expression, is just one. Must be equal to the value here. That's an equation. And it is being tested. In this work condition, this whole thing is being tested for truth, whether it's a Boolean true or a Boolean false. Okay, so that's the first point. The second point I want to address or emphasize here is this. I'll just paste it here. Oops. This means that the left side expression, which is this, will only have one value. Okay, this one will only have one value, which is a column name called surname. And on the right side of the operator, of the equality operator, it must only have one value. Why? Because we're using an equality operator. When we use an equality operator, we definitely expect that there should be only one value on the right side. This is a wild card, sort of, because it's a column name. and you cannot always be sure that once you run this execute this query, it will only pick up one record. But at least you're mentioning one column name here. It's okay. Anyway, if you go back to your mathematics, in an equation, the expression on the left side of the equal sign must be equal to the expression on the right side. The value of that. The value of this must be equal to the value of this. All right. Second point is that since this is using an equality operator, this must, on the right side, must only have one value. Okay, remember that. Okay. So, okay, I'll not confuse you any further. Let's just go back to the um to the this one. Okay, so you already know there is an error because of this pink colored line over here, somewhere here in the comma. And then when you execute, indeed, there's an error. Okay, it says this. The operator must be followed by any or all. And it only happened once you introduced multiple values after the equality operator. That's because, like I mentioned, the equality operator only expects one value on the right side. Okay, and then here you have multiple. Okay, so the correct way of handling this is a simple replacement. Instead of using an equality operator here, you will use an in operator, which is the one, in fact, which is the one you need when you're introducing or using a list of values, such as in this case. Okay, so I'll just close this error and then rerun this query. So select asterisk from employees where surname in Tan and Santos. Okay, so in is the operator that you need when you want to introduce a list of values, multiple values. Okay, it can be one value, it's also okay, but one or more. Okay, so now there's no more error. Okay, so in this short video, we learned when to use the, I'll put back the title in here so you will understand. Okay, anyway, it will be in the video anyway. So using equals instead of in SQL is one of the common mistakes of somebody just relatively new to SQL, be it Oracle SQL or other flavors. Okay, so now in this video, I hope you learned when to use the in operator, because most of the time you'll be using the equality operator, which is understandable. But there will be times when in your work condition, you would mention a column name here, and on the right side of the equality operator or the relational operator, there would be multiple values. In this case, you cannot and never must use an equality operator in here, but instead use an in. Okay, so thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and spread the word. I'll be seeing you in the next video.